Hi folks, Scotch Bob here again, back at the vise. Tying up some flies that I'm going to need for deep fishing at Barnsfold in the winter. And I know there are no deep fishing flies, they're for fishing in the surface, boobies, but I use them in fast sink lines and get them down to the bottom in very short leaders. And it stops them. The boobies stop by getting jammed in the bottom, and you can get rigged into the bottom and get near the trout if they're lying very deep. So what I normally do, maybe contrary to everybody else, I put my booby eyes on first. I make these myself. If you go online, there's plenty of guys on there show you how to do it, because they're not hard. It saves you buying booby eyes. You can make these yourself out of the cylinders that you make for closed cell foam flies, etc. So what I'm doing today is I'm converting a fly that's done well for me in the winter and into the spring this year, and it's on the channel, the God Only Knows fly. So I'm converting this from, I'm going to tie two different ways, a normal fly and a normal hook, which in this case a B175, this is a B200, and the other one's a jig hook with a tungsten bead to make it a balance fly. So in both instances I've done well with them, so I thought, why not make a booby up on the same lines as that? There are a couple of boobies, just stick them in the box and see how things goes, because then I can fish them pretty deep, knowing that there'll no catch in the bottom, because I've got boobies on the short leaders. So first of all, I'll run a bit of red thread on, and this is the time for the God Only Knows fly. Now, I'll just offer it up, tie it in at the back there. You don't want to go too crazy on this, but this fly was tied last December as a bit of a joke at Christmas. I thought, what can I do at Christmas to say thanks to my subscribers? So I tied this fly up and I cried it the Santa fly. And you'll see as we go on why it's called the Santa fly. And I just tied it up there and then as a live fly tire. And red for his big red suit. And this is my idea behind it, and how this is how the fly was born. And then I've got some white struggle frets here, and that was the next bit. White for his big white beard. Just cut a wee bit off of that. It's not hard to tie this fly. And I'm saying, I've done well in the spring, and I've just started catching them again at Alden. I caught a couple the last time I was up. So white for his big white beard. Tie it off. And last but no means least, silver, for the silver bells of the sleigh. Now that was the original tying, and all it was a bit of a tongue-in-the-cheek thing. And what I normally do is when I'm tying new flies, I'll tie a couple to see I've got the hang of tying them, and then I'll put them on the internet, and that's what happened. I tied two of these, and then the third fly I put it on the internet, and I just put them in my box. You'll see the proportions there, the wings down to about the very near the tail of the hook. That's it. And a wee red head, you see the red head thread, the thread showing through. So just trim that off. Take that in half as I'm sticking up. And then tie it down. And get your work finish. And that's it. Now that's the booby God Only Knows. And all it is the God Only Knows with a set of booby eyes attached to it. Now, whether this catches or no, I'll not know. The winter progresses into, I'm at Barnsfold, so you'll likely see this fly. I'm doing it just now, and it's late October. This will be going live in November, so I'll just started fishing with it at Barnsfold at the tail end of October, and I should be able to tell you that more then if it works in the booby fashion. It does work normal without the booby eyes, and also with the tungsten bead to a balanced fly. It definitely works like that because I've caught 2 or 3 fish with it. Anyway, that's the God only knows booby. So I'll let you know how I go with it. I'll let you know by the end of November, so just watch the channel. Again, thanks for watching, and tight lines.